Welcome, Earthlings! From the minds of Dylan Oltoft and Rob McNabb, we bring you Laughing on a Prayer!
Anyway, that was the second time that I found myself inside a priest, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Hey, love is love.
Yeah, exactly. And priests, people might think that, like, well, how did you catch a priest? They're quite slippery characters. I'm like, mate, here's the thing. Their robes, they trip them up.
Yeah.
You can run, but you won't get far, boy.
Oh, God damn it.
Split his ass open like the Red Sea.
Oh.
So, strong start?
Yeah, very, very good there. Hello there, listeners. As you can tell, we had no fucking idea on how to start this podcast, but welcome to the next episode of Laughing on a Prayer. Once again, greetings from myself, Dylan Oltoft, and we have with us Rob McNabb.
Where? Oh, wait, that's me.
Oh, fucking hell.
So I definitely did not steal someone's identity and forgot who I was.
And this is a very special episode because you may have noticed, being a long devout fan of the series, we have talked about Disney, but now it's time to talk about, at this point, what is their clear better. Like, the game has changed. They may be the fucking giant fucking conglomerate amorphous Lovecraftian Cthulhu.
Hive mind.
Yeah, but fucking topic of this one, this is their betters. This is fucking Yahweh.
Yahweh.
This is Pixar. We're doing it Pixar.
Does Disney own Pixar now?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, they do. They own everyone.
Yes, Disney.
Yeah.
But not us yet, but we are open to negotiations.
Yes.
Despite the first 30 seconds you may have just heard, we are open to negotiations.
Yeah, forget all that shit we just chatted about you, and we'll soon... Just don't listen to this podcast. If you're from Disney, just don't listen to this podcast.
I will edit the opening poster with the coffin. I'll put the little Disney logo right above that. And I'll put some writing on the coffin, and maybe, I don't know, something like The Lion King or something. No, better yet, I'll change it to a graveyard, and it's Disney digging up all their old films.
Yeah, you should have I should have Mufasa, because he's dead.
That's be an interesting thing. Disney should probably buy the copyright of Frankenstein, given now they're reanimating so much of their old shit. Oh!
It's alive!
But we are talking about Pixar, who can we agree have just bring out banger after banger. Apart from Cars...
Every now and then.
Apart from Cars and Planes, I struggle to think of a Pixar I don't like. But before we get to all of that, we have some questions!
Yeah, we have 2 questions.
Holy fucking shit!
Yeah,
So guys, we will answer your questions. Put them in the comments and we will say your name, your question, and probably minsk around a little bit and then eventually answer it.
Yeah. Or maybe not answer it. We don't know. But any question is welcome. However, this is our first question. This is from Molly.
Hello there, Molly. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah, she sounds awesome. I mean, anyone really that listens to this podcast is awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but just I've done the science. I've followed the science, and it's true. Everyone is awesome that listens to this podcast.
To all the Mollys out there, this one's for you. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Okay. So here is the question, which is, what is the best present you've ever received? Who gave it to you? And why was it so special?
Ooh, a present. You got an answer?
Yes, I do, actually.
You go first then. I need to have a think.
My present would be I was 16? Yeah, 16.
Oh, lifetime ago.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking nuts. Almost 10 years ago. 16.
That's almost a decade.
I had decided to do the very, very lucrative subject of film and media studies at college.
How's that worked out?
I mean, it's...
Hello, darkness,
it's worked.
Friends.
I mean, there's a lot of out, not so much work. But I was given a video camera because part of my course was making films. You had to make short films as part of your course.
So the teacher gave you all a video camera?
Well, you could rent video cameras, but I was given one as a birthday present.
Oh, who from?
My parents.
Ah, nice.
And I made lots of short films, and I've realised that I actually really liked filmmaking. It really kicked off my sort of love of film and things like that. And I've used and abused this camera. I still use it.
Yeah.
I still use it today. We've used it.
Any
before.
viewers of any fans of Arthur and Angus, all of that was recorded on that exact camera.
Yes, that's not a lie. That is the exact camera.
These little films you made, can they still be found on the YouTube?
Can they? Oh, I don't know.
Did you ever put them on YouTube? Because if so, they're probably still there somewhere.
Oh yeah, maybe. I'll try and find some.
There's a challenge for you, internet. See if you can hunt it up. You've been given no information to go on, not even a title. But if you can, we'll be impressed. You'll get a Jeep.
And I made so a number of short films. I really made use of that camera, and it's still working to this day. So I think that's the most meaningful present that I've ever received, because it really set me on the path to filmmaking and performing in arts and shit.
Well, I'm going to struggle to fucking top that. You know, I really worry about any family members listening to this, because if in case I don't name a present they once gave me, it's like, ungrateful shit.
What about the presents that I gave you?
I gave them to Oxfam.
Oh, you gave anal beads to Oxfam.
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
unwashed.
Well, I mean,
like the rest of the clothes donated to charity.
Second hand. Also, this is not a joke. I do every year for the past, I think, 3 years, I've given Dylan weird sex stuff for his birthday.
Yep, 3 months to go.
Yep, 3 months to go. 3 months to go. Which you should do to someone that you love as well.
Yeah, I'll get your partner a strap on. See how you enjoy it.
Oh no! Don't do that, Dylan.
No, leave it.
Have you fucking seen how much those things are? I looked them up.
No, I haven't. Why would I? Imagine if I said yes.
Because when I was searching for your weird kinky present, I just looked it up. I just wanted to see how much they were. Mate, they're fucking expensive.
This is definitely the Pixar episode, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's for kids.
All right then.
Anyway,
I'm not sure if I have a greatest present ever because I'm a cheap arsehole, so it's hard. I've never been given a fucking car or anything.
Oh no, it could just be meaningful.
I'm trying to think of something I've had for a long time that was given to me as a present. And again, Mum, thank you for the gift of life, sort of thing. It's a bit of a, it's really a bit of a faux pas to give someone a subscription-based present, but I appreciate the gesture either way. Okay, I'll have to go with, in terms of a really awesome present.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. My partner. I am a massive LARP nut, as none of you know. LARP is live action roleplay, because, I was worried I had too many friends. So I'm an absolute raging nerd. And my partner, for not only Christmas, but also for Christmas, gave me these awesome swords from the anime Sword Art Online. And I have both the dual-wielding swords, but also the black sword from the season 1 and season 2, and they are just absolutely fucking awesome. A rip-off of the Kingdom Hearts Keyblades Roxas has, but they're absolutely amazing. I practice with them every day because I learnt swordcraft as a very young man sort of thing, so I do use them all the fucking time.
Yeah, to be fair, they do look kind of cool. I didn't know that they were actually from a thing. I just thought they were just a cool design, but they do look pretty nice.
From an anime, and at the moment, they are one of the greatest gifts I have, purely because I use them all the fucking time.
Yeah, man, it looks awesome. I like the blue one.
Really? I think that's more green.
Green. I just like how it looks. It looks a little bit like a butt plug at the end, but...
Listeners, you might have realised that Rob has quite a bit of an agenda that's constantly on his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to get a few cruises out of his system.
Yeah. a few cruises. Just a few.
What's our next question?
Our next question is, and I'm definitely not just opening my phone because I snapshotted stuff.
Of course not.
Yeah.
We have it written down because we're professionals.
We're in a studio. Put Joe Rogan to shame. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a good one. If you could be a part of any TV or film franchise, what would it be? Who would you like to play? Or would you create your own character?
I was about to say, can I just be myself in them and see how I'd last?
Yeah.
Put myself in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and see if I can not go to sleep. At the very least, I'd like to control how I'd like to die.
I mean, the amount of coffee you drink, I think you'd be alright.
Very true. I don't know. Does he kill adults? I was about to say, because I get him in a dream. I don't care if he's got a little fucking claw glove. He's a scrawny motherfucker. I'll just pull his striped jumper over his face and beat the shit out of him. So,
Oh yeah, does he kill animals? Well, I think he. Well, the fact is that it's like you're asleep, aren't you? So you're like sort of defenseless, and that's how he sneaks up on you.
yeah, cowardly shithead. Franchise. It's a film. It can't be a game franchise, can it? So I
It
can't.
did say TV or film, so I assume it can't be a game franchise.
I'll never be Master Chief. Okay.
But isn't everyone Master Chief? There's a little Master Chief. No, wait, that's Call of Duty. Sorry.
Franchise. Do you have one that jumps out the commonly mind? Maybe something you always watch or go back to.
Oh yeah, I have a couple.
Where would you put yourself in?
Well, I have a few. I'd like to be something in. Well, I mean, going off from our last episode, I'd like to be something in Doctor Who, preferably a villain in Doctor Who.
Ooh, a franchise of Doctor Who. Would you be in the main series or maybe one of the spin-off franchises? Like put yourself in Torchwood or something.
Maybe Torchwood because everyone's banging everyone else.
Get a bit of Captain Jack.
Yeah, exactly. But the main, I'd like to be in an episode of Doctor Who. I think that'd be cool. I'd also
Just the one. You don't want to be a permanent character, like Mickey or someone.
No, maybe not. I don't think I'm as. No, I think Mickey, in a way, he's like his own sort of like dude. He's a solid character. I don't think I could really, sort of live up to that sort of level of being happy. I think people might tolerate me for an episode. They wouldn't tolerate me for anything else, I think.
Would you be a companion or a villain?
Oh, I'd be a villain, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Bob's going to be in the next Davros.
Oh, man, that'd be fun to see.
Have a kilt over your little Dalek wheelchair.
Speaking of which, and Molly will know what I'm talking about. I've been recently watching this show called Outlander. Have you heard of it?
No, actually.
No, okay. So, spoiler alert, it's this TV show. It's about a man and a woman post World War II. They're in love, but then the woman is transported back in time. They sort of spy on this old kind of druid sort of ritual, and then she's transported back in time to Scotland. They go up to Scotland, and she's transported back in time to the 1800s, and then there's a guy, really bad guy called Randall, like from Monsters Inc. Kind of ties in with Pixar. Anyway,
as long as it's not
he
Randall
is
Flagg.
the same actor, is like playing her husband or whatever. So it's like going back in time, and it's like Scotland and like red coats, gratuitous violence, sex, and bagpipes, and I love it.
Scottish Game of Thrones.
Yeah, except with time travel. I'd be in that for sure.
Okay. Any particular character you want to be, or do you want to be yourself?
I think I'd like to be Angus.
Angus.
I think I'd like to be a side character, just some fucking arsehole that turns up maybe for a couple of episodes that everyone hates. Maybe Angus is like the Scottish Archer.
So you're going to be pretty much like you're going to be Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks. You're just going to show up, piss everyone
insanely
off.
Racist?
No, but you're just going to randomly be there, piss everyone off, but you'll be fucking hilarious and beloved.
Are you talking about my character or just me in general? Because I'm obviously very beloved by everybody.
Well, the line between Angus and Rob is very blurred, as it is Arthur and that twat that plays him.
Yeah. What's that fucking idiot's name?
Absolute ginger cunt.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, no. Doctor Who, Outlander, and I guess maybe
any film franchise.
Oh, film franchise.
You got 2 TV shows.
Yeah, I've got 2 TV shows. Film franchise. I'd like to be in Star Wars, but I'd be a stormtrooper that could shoot. and therefore I'd be the most dangerous stormtrooper ever.
The prequels, newquels,
Oh,
original.
prequels definitely. So
You want to be in the prequels? There aren't any stormtroopers in the.
Oh well, I'd be
Oh
a
wait, no,
clone.
yes they are. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, the clones.
Yeah, sorry. I
Yeah,
thought
I'd be one of those guys, and I'd be best mates with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Which. But wait, wouldn't you then be one of the people that try and shoot him when Order 66
Yeah, I
comes
know,
up?
and then and he would kill me, and I'd die. So the sweet release of death. Obviously.
Wait, didn't he just jump off a cliff when they tried to kill him?
No, he got shot off a cliff.
Oh right, yeah, they thought they killed him.
Yeah, but then I would or if we were going to go really nerdy Star Wars, I'd be one of those clones that had like this. I think it's like a mental defect where they didn't just like obey orders. They actually
Jango Fett
helped Jedi or something like that.
Oh shit!
That'd be kind of a cool story arc. Obviously to put the spotlight on me being a good guy, but whatever. And then I would be killed unjustly, and everyone would feel sorry for me.
Who by?
Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That is not a shameful person. You don't want to die by fucking Jarl Poof, do you? Have you ever seen the Robot Chicken with Jarl Poof? He's the long-necked guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a council now. It's not just the two of you.
I love that. Oh, the fucking what's in the fucking Darth Vader in the cave thing. Cut off your head. I did not think you would. Surprise you, he would.
To make you think.
Make you think. Kill him. I did not think you would.
No weapons is why I say.
Yeah.
Star Wars. That's a good one. Okay.
Just you.
I'm going to start off with a TV show myself. Do you know the TV show? Oh, it's not really a franchise though. It was just a fucking series. Like it hasn't had any spin-offs or anything.
What is it?
I was going to say Dexter.
Is that a franchise? I guess it is. There's multiple series franchises.
When I hear franchise, I mean like it spans more than just itself. Like there are spin-offs or it's translated into other things as well.
Maybe it is just a series.
Okay, not Dexter. I'm going to put myself in Marvel. There's a fucking franchise.
You gotta fucking make that money.
I would sign my life away. I won't lie.
Mate, so would I, and so would everyone else.
But the kid that plays Spider-Man, Tom Holland, he's probably signed 10 years of his life away.
Tom Holland, he's not my Spider-Man. Yeah, 10 life is wide away. It's like, would you give 10 years of your life away for billions of dollars? Oh
Yeah.
no! What a conundrum! What am I to do?
But at this point, it's almost equivalent to like when you join the military, you literally sign like 1 year, 5 year, 10-year contracts.
Yeah, but you get paid shit.
Depends on. Some people in the military can make a good bit of money, but yeah, obviously not fucking Marvel
If you're like
money.
a lifer, yeah. If you're like a lifer, yeah, for sure.
Lifer, that's a prison term.
I think it's a military term, isn't it? A lifer, it's like you're in
No,
there for,
lifer
like...
is in life in prison.
Yeah, but it's like life in military. It's like you want to like go all the way up to like general and stuff. Anyway, so you'd be in Marvel. What Marvel would you be in?
Oh, fucking hell. I don't want to be in the Spider-Man movies, even though I'm looking forward to the upcoming live-action Spider-Verse shit. I think
Oh yeah.
We talked about this.
Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
that was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
That
Maybe
was
we should do a Spider-Man episode, like all of the Spider-Men
Yeah,
that we like grew up with.
That will be a good idea because obviously lots to say about Andrew Garfield and the new one, and obviously Maguire in the one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, we'll do
that one. Yeah.
We should also do a Batman one eventually.
Oh,
Or
we should
Superman.
definitely do a Batman one.
Anyway, I will be in.
I reckon you could do a Batman one just by yourself.
Thing is,
I'd be like, yeah, he wears black.
Oh, you know a fair bit. Like you've gone all the way from obviously from Clooney when we were obviously really little, and our current Batterson. So
yeah, Batterson, that's funny.
Well, yeah, from Batfleck it's now Batterson.
My favourite Batman's the college humour Batman.
Pete Holmes.
Yeah, that dude.
I'm trying to stick on Marvel.
Yeah,
here.
sorry.
We'll do a DC
we
episode.
went to DC.
That's a franchise I don't want to fucking be in because it seems like every actor in the DCEU wants nothing to do with it anymore.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Cyborg is trying to quit.
Yeah.
Fucking Ben Affleck. Snyder is barely hanging on by his trying to keep it together.
And there's that certain bitch that is fucking it up as well.
I don't even want to say her fucking name to give her any more internet cred than the cow deserves.
Exactly. But we stand with Johnny. Anyway, moving on to carrying on with what you were talking about.
I will be in the Marvel franchise, and I don't really believe I'll be able to sign a good enough contract to get me in anything decent. I might have to be in like some sort of shitty Hawkeye spin-off.
Oh mate, you don't need to though. You get paid money anyway.
I don't know who I'm going to be in. I don't know. If I was to choose a...
Maybe Hawkeye might be a bit of a dark horse though, you know, like it might actually be like a great one.
Yeah, but it's Hawkeye.
Yeah, I know, but it might be secret. It might have like a cult following.
I don't want to be in fucking Black Widow's series.
Why would you not want to be next to Scarlett Johansson? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll be in the MCU as from choosing a film franchise. Yeah, I'll be in the MCU and I'll be the villain in the Hawkeye spin-off. I'll be Dr. Scissors and I'll cut his bowstring. You are doomed now, Hawkeye. He's like, oh shit, I can't fire my arrows. That's Hawkeye's ultimate kryptonite, a very sharp pair of scissors.
Also, do you know what you should have scissors, but you should also have a shield so you can just block his arrows.
I don't know. I might run into copyright issues with a certain organisation in that world that might not appreciate my use.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're a rogue agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dr. Scissors was not brought down by the Avengers. He was brought down by deflamination charges.
Dr. Scissorhands.
Yes, get Johnny back in to play Dr. Edward Scissorhands, defeater of Hawkeye.
Oh, it reminds me. Oh, there's that animated. I can't remember what it is. It's an animated Batman episode where the Joker talks about the IRS.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that line?
I may be crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS. No, thank you.
That's fucking funny. All right, so you'd be MCU. What else?
Okay, I'll choose a more film franchise. I'll actually put myself in a really shit franchise and see if I can save it. Ego just swelling here. I'm going to put myself in the Terminator franchise. Because, god damn it, that...
I mean...
At that point, that has a do not resuscitate.
I mean, once again, you get to be around Emilia Clarke, so... I get that.
Do I?
Yeah, she was in Terminator. The last one.
What, Dark Fate?
Oh, no. The one before that. Genesis.
Genesis? Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the Game of Thrones meme, you know, when they all meet at the end? And they say it's weird seeing two Sarah Connors in the same place together.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because she plays Sarah Connor.
Yeah, I'm going to have to save the Terminator franchise. And I'm going to be a Terminator in the franchise, but I'm going to be a ginger Terminator.
What would that be? Would you be like the T... Oh, please be the T-1069. The T-420.
Oh.
Shit like that. Just be a meme Terminator.
I am a cybernated organism that blazes 24/7, bro.
7. Come with me if you want to get stoned. That was a shit impression, I apologise.
There is only one way we are going to save the future. We must smoke all of these spliffs. Fuck's sake. Yeah, stick me in the Terminator franchise. See if I can get a game deal at the very least. No. Put me in Harry Potter. We know they're not done beating that dead horse. I'll be in the Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah, you could be like the long-lost stepbrother of Ron.
Why is that, Rob?
Because you've got dragon tattoos, and you know his brother Charlie deals with dragons.
And that's
why that was. That's the only reason. I can what I mean. What do you? Is there any other reason?
I don't know. I'm clearly not a Gryffindor. I can't think of any other reason.
No, I can't either.
Why? Obviously, I'm a Ravenclaw. So I'll be the next Dark Wizard. I'll make Voldemort look like Mother Teresa.
Yeah. I mean, Voldemort, to be fair, he was like a little bit of a pussy.
Well, you know, he couldn't...
He like half killed himself twice.
Well, he had no nose, so he couldn't smell how full of shit he was.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, mate, like you tried to kill a kid, you failed. and then you tried to kill the same kid again, and then you failed again. It's like, mate, come on. What are you doing with your life?
You know what confuses me from the Fantastic Beasts movie? At what point did wizards start wearing three-piece suits and then move to, in Philosopher's Stone, their giant fucking robes?
Oh, it's probably a trend, isn't it? It's like fashion, isn't it? Like, like high boots are coming back, and that's like 17th century sort of stuff.
Wasn't that like steampunk sort of level shit?
Yeah, but also in like fashion.
Fair enough.
Catwalk and stuff. It's probably they were like, hey, look, we should dress like the old. They're probably just all hipsters. I mean, they are basically. They've all got like beards and glasses and shit.
I ain't got glasses.
Yeah, but like hipster, you could have like fake glasses.
Oh yeah, the people that who wear lensless glasses, fucking bellends.
Yeah. And then you have people like me that have like fucking double glazed glasses.
Rob's eyes are really fucked.
They are really fucked. I can't see shit right now.
You blind cunt.
Yeah.
You're almost as blind as Stevie Wonder's pretending to be.
Hey, I may be blind. hey, I may be blind and I may be a cunt, but oh wait, no, you only said two things. Don't worry, forget that.
So yeah, stick me in the MCU, Terminator, and Harry Potter.
Mate, solid effort. I wish I'd sort of said this before. I feel like I should. I would kind of like to be maybe a side character in The Mandalorian. I've recently watched it. Great show. I don't know who I'd be though.
Did you have a wet trousers moment when Luke turned up?
Mate, everyone did. Fucking everyone did. It was like because like you saw him. Spoilers, but you saw him, and then the Luke Skywalker theme started to play. You're like, oh God! Fuck.
I don't think you can.
Oh, so good. It was such a good moment.
I wouldn't even say bother saying spoilers because even if no one's seen it, everyone's plastered it over the Facebook and everywhere else, haven't they? So there's again, I haven't seen it, but I know that happens.
Yeah.
Apparently, Baby Yoda's name is Grogu or something like that.
Yeah, it is. And it's definitely not Baby Yoda either because it takes place in different timeline.
No one cares.
Yeah, I know. Everyone says Baby Yoda, which I think personally is Groguist. He's like, oh, so they all look the same, do they?
You don't know the name of Yoda's species, do you?
No one does.
Groguist. That name is fucking...
Or is it Yodaist? I don't know. Like, everyone's like, oh, look, they look the same, so they must be the same person. Like, wow. I mean, I know that it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but come on, man.
Well, the fact that Yoda has only been the only on-screen example of his species makes me think there might have been some sort of Yoda-side or something like that.
A Yoda-side, yeah, maybe. I mean,
there was a big galactic war for the rations of Brussels sprouts in the universe.
I'm gonna get maybe shit for this, but fucking Baby Yoda, quote unquote, is a fucking liability in the show. You have to watch it. He is just.
Doesn't he have the Force?
Yeah, but he causes so much shit. Like he is a liability to Mando, like completely. Anyway,
that's why Mando doesn't just punt him as far as he can.
Yeah. You need to watch it. It's fucking great.
Right then.
Anyway, those are the two questions.
Absolutely fun questions. Hopefully, there. Thank you for them, Molly.
Thank you very much, Molly. We look forward to more.
Absolutely. Guys, throw questions down, and just like you've unfortunately heard, we will talk about them in as loose a way as possible.
Yeah, but so loose.
Time for the main category. You guys hope you've enjoyed the foreplay because now it's time for the crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Rob, I take it you posted this the other day, but for the sake of whatever narrative.
Yeah.
What Pixar movie did you recently watch?
Well, I recently watched a Pixar movie that obviously no one ever saw in cinemas because you're not allowed to go there anymore.
Really?
Yeah. There's this, I think it's like a cold. It's sort of going around. Apparently it's killing loads of people. I hear.
Fucking 5G towers.
Yeah, it's the 5G towers. It's obviously not some sort of, but the beer bug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The big sniffle.
It's probably just a bit of man flu.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's definitely loads of men just being bitches. Because, everyone's so weak now. I watched this film. Pixar film called Soul. And I found it very good.
You enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it. And I thought about this for a while, why I actually thought I liked it. And then it sort of got me thinking about Pixar in general and what sort of makes a good Pixar film. Or an animated film, I guess.
The tears.
The tears.
Pixar runs on tears.
Yeah. The reason why I liked it is because, and this is my thought process, is that there are three aspects that make a good Pixar film. And I'm gonna use Soul as a example here, and I can relate this to other Pixar films as well. And we're going to talk about Soul for a little bit. So, the first one is the artwork for Soul is very unique, and the characters, the way they are animated, the way they are designed, is very unique. It's its own thing. One thing that I think is great about any sort of animation, be it cartoon CGI, is that if you were to put up a silhouette of a character, so like for instance The Simpsons, if you were to put up a silhouette of Homer Simpson, it's just blacked out, but you can see, instantly who it is.
It's the distinction.
Yeah, distinction. They're very distinctive. Yeah, so like if you were to put up a silhouette of Joe, who is the protagonist, you know who it is. Also, I'll quickly just run through the premise. Jazz musician called Joe. He's a jazz teacher. He then gets a big break to play in a jazz club, and then he has an accident, and then he gets his soul, funnily enough, transported to this sort of kind of purgatory.
You saw it as a purgatory, the conveyor belt leading to the great beyond.
Yeah, because it's sort of, you're in between life and death. The great beyond is the great beyond, and then you're sort of in the middle.
I didn't see it as a purgatory. I saw it as like the transition, like for example, like in like the ferryman in like Greek mythology, like the boatman.
The River Styx.
Yeah, I saw it sort of like that.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I thought, well, I mean, yeah, maybe I'm not using purgatory right. No, I don't think I'm using purgatory right, but it's sort of the in between.
Yeah.
Kind of bit, and then he
tries to escape.
He tries to escape, and then he meets this other soul, and he sort of they have this concept of this sort of chaperone kind of thing, that like someone has to chaperone a soul, and he meets up with this soul that apparently is insufferable, and her name is 22.
Well, to be 22, the idea is that where he ends up landing is a place called the Great Before, where they have souls that haven't been born yet into people. And what the point of this place is to prepare them to be souls of people.
Yeah, but 22 apparently is just insufferable.
Yeah, doesn't want to live.
Doesn't want to. Yeah, doesn't
very dark.
Want to live. And to be fair, I sympathise with her.
It's so dark.
Yeah.
If you think about it for 1 second, doesn't even want to exist, so she never leaves the Great Before.
Yeah. And then there's misunderstandings and sort of a little bit of farcical stuff, which is good. It's good fun. Anyway,
the cat.
So that's and then eventually everything, we'll get onto the cat. Everything sort of ends happily ever after. Anyway, so the artwork is great. In the not the purgatory, but the sort of in between.
Yeah.
The artwork of the people that are sort of, what's it? Is it Kerry and Jerry?
The outline two-dimensional schools.
That's a very unique artwork.
It's very interesting.
It's very interesting, and what I like about it is that it's like its own thing. Like there's nothing sort of really like it. Which I liked, and it's almost like 2D animation in a way.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the intention because they're only lines.
Yeah, which is, I think that's good. So that's the first one, the artwork.
Yes.
The next one is the unique story. The story, to an extent, actually is quite generic. It's a story that we all know. It's a story that we know. Something happens to someone bad, they have to then sort of do something in order to, do something to make something good. But the way that they've done it, they've done a good spin on a story that people already know.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And, we've seen this with other Pixar films, where we've seen it with Brave, we've seen it with Monsters, Inc. We've seen that. So that was good that they thought outside the box. And the third one for me is that it's a film that can be... I mean, I'm 25 years old, but it's a film that can be funny for kids and also funny for adults.
Yeah, I'd say it probably... I would say this movie is for adults.
Yeah.
I'd say you kids will enjoy the colours and the silliness, but I'd say this is absolutely an adult film. Like the story and all the themes are aimed towards adults. Only they would really understand. Because it's all about valuing life.
And that's what's good, is that it's universal.
Yes.
It's not just a kid's film. And I feel that...
looking at you, Cars.
Yeah. That's something that... I think that's something that if you can make a film that can be enjoyed just by adults as well as just by kids, then you are appealing, and it's difficult to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
But those are sort of the three aspects: is that it's universal, the artwork is good, and the story, even if the story is not a new story, you've put a good enough twist on it that it's not sort of like same old stuff. And that's what I liked about it.
Well, there's been a lot of discussion in the online community about exactly what the film's intention of the spark was. In the movie Soul, they talk about what you need in the Great Before you're ready to go down to Earth. You need one little thing, and it's called your spark. And they have a little recreational room where they show like kitchens for cooking and a basketball court for basketball and all these different things that the main character assumed was meant to be their purpose in life. And it's but the idea is once you attain that spark, you're then ready to go down to Earth. And what happened in the film was the character that was a big pain in the ass, 22, lived down on Earth. Big body swap thing, quite common, and
we'll get on to the bits that we don't necessarily like about it.
I didn't mind that too much. But where I'm leading to is eventually, what was your interpretation, Vin Soul, of what the spark is?
The spark is, I think, on the sort of surface, it's like people say, "Oh, you got to find your kind of spark." So it's like you and I have the sort of a spark for acting.
Rob, you're making me blush.
Yeah, the spark for acting. The acting bug, and it's the sort of thing. It's like, well, like if you love something, if you love doing something, because essentially, being alive is doing stuff. If you love doing something, then
being alive is doing stuff. Robert Nam, 2021.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, Socrates is, you can just suck my dick. My philosophy is just next galaxy brain level, obviously.
Get off the bus, Aristotle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And anyway, I think the spark is sort of like, I guess it's maybe surface level. It's like, oh, well, there's a reason to live. There's a reason to live for good stuff. You see that in the film when funnily enough, the tromboner, that's not a funny word.
Oh, the little girl.
Yeah. She plays music, and then 22 sees, oh, look, she's got the spark of loving music. And
when she came to quit and all that stuff,
exactly.
Didn't really
want
to.
And it's like that spark. It's like, oh, the reason for someone to live because they love doing stuff. It's sort of well, in a way, it's sort of, it's anti 13-year-old emo nihilism. Oh, what's the point? It's like, well, there is a point. Like, you can find stuff to do.
See, that's interesting. I interpreted the spark very differently. To me, the interpretation of the spark was flipped on its head towards the end, whereas the main character initially thought that the spark in Soul was meant to be your purpose for living. He thought his purpose for living was playing the piano, like, oh, maybe you'll be a chef because of the cooking, or a basketball player. Whereas I interpreted the spark when at the end of the film, when he mentioned it to the 2D things, like the spark is just love for life itself. And all the things in that recreational room are just experiences. They're all the things you can experience in life, and that's what gives you the spark to want to live. Hence why when 22 was a human, like, she saw the leaf falling, she tried pizza, she had different experiences of life.
That's what
gave her the spark.
Yeah.
So the spark isn't purpose, It's
Well,
love.
not purpose, but it's like love for doing what you do gives you purpose.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's me beyond that, because for me that was the point of the whole film, when he had that big flashback when he was thinking about all those different things, like standing in the ocean with his mum and all that. Like, there's more to life than just what he loves to do. Everything in life is worth living for. That's the vibe I got from it. Like, yes, because after he had that gig, he didn't feel quite the same, and he sort of realised that it's not just what I love doing, I should love everything I do. The teaching, the spending time with his mother, and the playing the music. The spark of life is living. That is how I saw it, and I won't lie, that bit when he was in the ocean with his mum, that got the tears to me.
But then it kind of speaks to, like, that maybe 22 is a lot like us. It's like, she's like, oh, what's the point in living?
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
If the whole sort of like crux of the thing is like you have to love life, which you haven't experienced yet, by the way, then that's it. I don't know.
I think it's more to understand the appreciation for life. Like, obviously, that is a movie made for Western audiences. People that don't really take the time to appreciate how much they actually do love and all that sort of thing. Like, people are so focused on what they want, they don't stop to think about what they already have.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely for a Western audience. It's like,
like
if you showed that to like a guy in, like, I don't know, like Afghanistan,
I was about saying,
why the fuck should I love life? It
fucking
sucks here.
Impoverished child in a bombed out house in fucking Pakistan isn't really going to understand it as well.
You can love life, guys.
There's almost a cynical intention to the film. Like, this needs to make you appreciate your lovely lives, you spoiled little shits.
It's like, motherfucker, I haven't drunk clean water in a fucking month. Get the fuck out of it with that shit.
In a way, a film that you could almost compare Soul to would be Fight Club. Because Brad Pitt's character of Tyler Durden talks about how the things you own eventually own you, and what you strive for and live for doesn't really matter and all that sort of thing. It's living in the moment. Of course, his idea of living in the moment was getting punched in the face, whereas Soul... But it's just the idea of, like...
The thing is, though, Dylan, you've just broken one rule.
I think I just mean it in the sense that obviously a theme of that movie was how depressed people who live in first world societies, people are obviously fucking depressed because they have no perspective on pain and shit like that.
Yeah.
And Soul, and again, is different. The guy, you can argue the guy, as much as he's trying and all that sort of thing, hard-working guy, part-time and trying to get his career going, as you and me as entertainers can fucking relate to.
I like the fact that he's been like playing piano, like always like.
Like, to be honest, the first half of that film, as you know, but we're all performers, our partners are performers, so I sat there across from my partner, I was like, this is really fucking depressing, because that could easily be me in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what's the phrase? It's like, never before I've been so offended by something I 100% agree with.
Absolutely. Like, the first half of the film.
I thought this was a kid's film. I did not expect to be personally attacked like this.
Exactly. And then obviously you go through like, okay, I'm fucking depressed because this is my inevitable future. I'm going to spend forever struggling into my late 40s to eventually just settle down and teach. Yeah,
the difference is that this is a Pixar film. It's going to have a happy ending.
Not for me.
The most thing that I can hope for to happen to me from this film is that I fall down a drain and fucking die.
Yeah, the best time of that character's life was on that conveyor belt heading to the thing. He had no fucking problems then, did he?
It's like, don't escape, mate.
I think we've missed the point of the film a tad.
Yeah,
No, jokes aside, I absolutely love the message of Soul. And it, again, takes me back to a message that I absolutely also loved on Pixar. It was Inside Out, which I absolutely say that is the film of the fucking decade that promotes mental health in the most healthy way possible. Pixar, you knock out the park so well of how you capture your understanding of how human beings want to live.
Yeah, I fucking watched, the other day, like a few years ago, when it first came out, I fucking watched 13 Reasons Why. Have you seen that show?
Oh, about the girl that killed herself.
Yeah. That show promotes a fucking awful message. I propose an alternate title to 13 Reasons Why. Do you know what it's going to be?
What's that?
Suicide. That'll show them. I'm not fucking kidding, alright? 13 Reasons Why, like, literally weaponizes someone's suicide against people. Like, she was bullied, and then she makes these 13 tapes about why people were bad. It's like, hey guys, if you're going through a bad time and people are bullying you, do you know what you should do? Kill yourself, because that'll teach them a lesson.
So the show just shows those people feeling like shit for causing her to do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not a fucking good. And then I see these motherfuckers like say, oh, it's so good, it's starting a conversation. It's like, the only conversation 13 Reasons Why should be starting is a conversation about how not to promote mental health.
I would actually wager
problems.
if I had someone that like works for the Samaritans, they would probably have the same opinion as you. Is like, yeah, this is like sensationalizing the idea of suicide, which is a horrible idea.
It's also and like literally the message is like, if you kill yourself, people will feel bad for you. It's like, mate, that is not a message you want to send to anybody.
But then bring it back to Inside Out. They portrayed what was her name? Riley's depression.
Oh yeah.
Because she became depressed, and that's the thing. Depression, as that film amazingly.
Inside Out is a phenomenal film.
So much.
It really is. I've seen it twice actually, and both times I was like, this is, again, like it
made me cry.
And again, it's like the three aspects of like good Pixar films. It filled them, like all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
All three holes.
But yeah, a lot of people just think like a bad animated film would have just made it so that sadness was at the helm, taking control. Oh, Riley's depressed, which is not how that works. It's the lack of emotion helping you function and all that sort of thing. Riley had neither sadness or happiness, and thus couldn't healthily express herself.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like lots of people, it's like mental health is, I mean, it's definitely becoming a thing. It's like more in the sort of minds of people, but I think that people still, there's a long way to go before people fully understand it.
If I had to sum up Inside Out in one phrase, it would be the phrase Inside Out. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
because it teaches you sadness is not only natural, but it's important. Like for example, when Bing Bong was sad about his fucking skateboard, and then Happy was trying to make him laugh, and like, he didn't need to laugh right now. And then Sadness started to talk to him about being sad, and then he felt better.
Yeah.
That is, to be fair though, Inside Out's not the first people to do that. Like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh was another example.
Well, Winnie the Pooh characters in themselves, there's the thing that they are representations of mental health.
Exactly.
Or issues. It's like Pooh has an eating disorder, Rabbit has OCD, Piglet has anxiety, Eeyore obviously has depression, and Tigger has, ADHD.
And Owl's a know-it-all asshole.
Yeah, exactly. like us. But yeah, I think there are definitely good bits of media and storytelling that for sure do very much say good things, or not necessarily good things, but things about mental health that actually can be said. But 13 Reasons Why, that is just, it's a teenage drama that is masquerading as, we're starting a conversation. It's like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. You're capitalizing on what people are talking about right now, and the fact you're doing about mental health means that you're kind of pieces of shit.
I saw articles about Inside Out talking about how great it is for mental health, and I saw comments, and there were people were saying that they use the movie Inside Out to help talk to like abused kids and all that, about helping them express their emotions, like the different aspects of the mind to help them what they're feeling right now and all that, like especially with autistic kids as well, to give them a visual representation of how to express themselves that they can't verbally. It's so fucking good.
Yeah,
and it's an entertaining film. You mentioned the animation in Soul, but the animation in Inside Out is also really good.
And also the unique concepts that you have, like these characters that dwell within you.
Well, that's
how they're like manifested, the way they do it in Inside Out.
Yeah.
The way that like they did that, it's unique, and again, people like seeing new stuff and different stuff, and especially with animation, when like the world's your oyster, you can animate anything.
Inside Out and Soul, so good.
Yeah, they are very good.
But we're getting close to the end now, and while we've enjoyed blowing you, Pixar, it is time for a reach around on our behalf. Not sure where I'm going with this metaphor, but Rob, worst Pixar
a
movie.
reach around is kind of a good thing, isn't it? It's like when you're getting fucked in the arse, you want to reach around.
I'm happy to say I wouldn't know.
Well, no, but like even if you don't know, it's like logically, if someone's fucking you in the arse, you know, you want to at least be fucking getting a hand job.
I guess it depends. If you're a receiver, you're already getting off on that and you might not need it.
Yeah, I know, but why wouldn't you want both?
I don't know.
As Tony Stark said, is it too much to ask for both?
Rob, what's the worst Pixar movie?
Well, I was the worst Pixar movie I believe is most probably Cars.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's Cars.
I think that was the one that came right after The Incredibles. So Pixar was on a winning streak, hit after hit, like Ratatouille, Incredibles, and then fucking Cars.
Yeah, and also the fact that someone fucking got paid to create that title.
And it got 2 sequels.
Yeah.
Fucking
Disgusting!
You know why? Let's bullshit here. Toys. All the fucking toys they made from it. That's why.
Yeah, no.
We had Hot Wheels when we were little. Kids buy toy cars. And cars bent cars over a fucking pedestal and took it for all it was worth.
Oh, yeah. So they knew people would fucking see that shit.
And they made planes as well.
They make... Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah, the Cars world is its own franchise.
Yeah. I saw... Well, I spoke about it sort of earlier, before we chat more shit about Pixar.
Right.
But it's... I think that, you know, we did Deep Throat Soul quite a lot. But as a famous YouTube channel says, no movie is without sin.
They did Hunchback the other day.
Did they actually?
They sinned hellfire 3 times.
Banter.
The balls.
But there were bits in Soul that I did. I wouldn't say were bad, but were quite predictable.
The cat.
Yeah, the cat. I definitely saw the moment they jumped out. I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. The moment I saw the cat, actually, I was like, something's going to happen with this cat. And they jumped down. I was like, oh, I'm going to bet that 22 gets stuck in Joe's body and Joe gets stuck in the cat's body. And then lo and behold, it happened.
To be quickly fair, that one 2-second shot of the cat on the conveyor belt just go...
Yeah.
That made me pause and laugh for a solid fucking minute because they just...
Yeah.
Appreciate that so much.
Yeah,
Let's carry on.
But, you know, I was like, I know what's going to happen, and lo and behold, it happened. The tromboner, as I said before, the girl, the moment she got picked out, I was like, she's going to come back, and she's going to do something significant. Lo and behold, she did.
They kind of turned the body swap on its head a little bit, like when he went to get a haircut.
Yeah, no,
and he was speaking to his barber, and the barber told him something quite vital to him, and he said, well, you'd never asked before. Like, he thought he knew how to talk to his barber, and then 22 went a different way, and it all turned out for the better.
Yeah, no, but that doesn't matter. The predictability of, there's a body swap thing.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm getting at. The trombone girl, the moment she was pulled up, I was like, okay, she's going to be significant in the future. And then... You know, obviously, 22, she's going to experience life, and then she's going to love life, and therefore that did happen as well.
I kind of liked how they did it through his eyes when he previously didn't.
Yeah, but what I compliment the film on is the fact that I did predict these things, and I knew they were going to happen, but being along for the ride was fun.
Did you like the fucking hippie guy?
Yeah.
There's a little thing, the second I saw that fucking tie-dye ship, I turned to my partner, I was like, they're not doing that. There's no way they're going to reference that.
It's Graham Norton. It's Graham Norton. No shit, it's Graham Norton who voices him.
Fair enough, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Of how he goes into that realm, like, with the tie-dye, like... There's no way they're referencing that. They're obviously talking about the guy takes so many drugs. He goes into these fucking trips.
Yeah.
Obviously, they never do an outtake to show him snorting a line or eating a mushroom.
Well, yeah, of course not. Again, that was another bit, Natalie, right, that I was like, oh, this guy is a stoner, there's going to be some sort of drug trip thing. I get it.
I did like the idea that...
And, you know, again, it's one of those things, it's like, the kids won't get it, the adults will.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I get it.
Subtle
drugs.
nod.
Yeah. There was so the bits that I've said, like, quite, like, sort of predictable, but that being said, being along for the ride was good enough.
Absolutely. It's not a film that will change your life, but I say it's a very important film.
It's a good fun film as well. It's a good fun film.
I wouldn't say it's something you can watch casually, but...
No, I don't think I'd say, oh, you know what, I'm going to put on Soul. I don't think I'd do that.
But it's something, if I was like maybe feeling a bit down, it might be something I'd put it on.
Yeah, maybe.
I did finish it feeling a bit cheered up sort of thing. I was already fine, you know, I usually have my sort of numb entropy. But...
I think it's called apathy.
You know, just my state of just sort of like, you know, like...
Catatonic.
I don't know how to describe it, like maybe like the chorus to a Linkin Park song. But I was...
Linkin Park is fucking sick.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I fucking love Numb and Crawly.
I sucking love Numb and Crawly.
No, I'm not going to change that. Yes.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
But it sort of makes you think, like, oh fucking hell! It's like you've been on an orgasmic roller coaster, but you only came right at the end, literally on the come down.
Yeah, the come down.
It's a roller coaster, and then you only finish right at the end.
Yeah, I think another thing, and this isn't really like a sort of kind of convention sort of criticism of the film, but that bit where he's playing the piano, he gets all those pieces that 22 picks up when she was inside him. Oh no, that doesn't sound. But that bit where he picks up like the pizza crust and she picks up, and he starts playing the piano. Personally, I think that should have been at the end, because it was such a beautiful moment. The music was incredible, but then you're like, oh, he needs to save 22, and it was a bit jarring. It kind of took me out of it. I was like, mate, it would have been a sad ending, but if you just quit it there, if you stop there with that really nice piano music, that would have been just so good.
It's funny you say that, because there's a second online debate with Soul, about when the film should have ended. People have argued that he shouldn't have gotten that little bit where they let him go back down to earth. They feel it should have ended. He sent Thingy down, he got his appreciation, and then that moment when he went back to the conveyor belt and he closed his eyes to be taken in. A lot of people have said that the film should have ended there. He shouldn't have been sent back.
Those are tragedy lovers, and I will fully admit I'm a bit of a tragedy lover. I would have that film.
Tragic?
It's quite tragic.
Like he sort of accepted that he'd done his part in the universe and all that sort of thing.
But
he understood and accepted the universe and all that sort of thing. He was at peace.
Yeah, but then like he missed his big gig. He missed like his big gig music life. That would have been sad. I'm a sucker for like sort of sad but bittersweet endings.
Don't get me wrong.
I think I would have. I'm probably in that camp. I think I'm probably in that camp. It should have ended there. I think. Maybe.
I disagree, because I think I was originally like, actually, him ending with him on the conveyor belt going into the great beyond. That is an amazing cut and dry ending. But then I thought about it, and if the point of the film is appreciating all the little things in life as a part of life, how does it make sense for him to finish the film dead when it should be like the ending to what's that famous Christmas movie?
Love Actually. Die Hard.
No, obviously, I mean the one with the guardian angel. Let Daddy every time. Either way, you return them.
I literally do not know what you're talking about.
Oh.
What? Hi, Daddy. What is that?
You know the famous thing. Every time a
film.
bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
That sounds like a porn film.
Hi, Daddy. For fuck's sake. The point.
What are you doing, step bro?
Like they send him back, and now he understands how to appreciate every little thing in life. If it ended with him on the conveyor belt, where would he have taken the lesson he learned?
I think, for me, if he'd done that, which he did, again, that's another thing of the sort of kind of it's been done before. It's like, oh, you get a second chance, and then you get that thing. And if it hadn't happened, maybe it would have changed the message of the film. Maybe it would have made it like you only get sort of like one chance in life. And I think the message for that would be fucking watch where you're walking. There's a fucking drain that's open.
You know what? I actually do agree with you there. Obviously, maybe hammering home the idea that you get one shot at life, and he only learned to appreciate it after he died. So don't you be like him.
Yeah. And watch where you're walking, mate. Come on.
Who would have found out Soul is just one long of those like PSAs? Do you remember those anti-driving fast adverts in the things where a kid would get run over and something like, this kid could have gone on to cure cancer?
Oh, yes. The one with the guy that keeps seeing like the kid's dead body like under his desk and under his bed.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
You've seen that one?
I've seen that one.
It's like a fucking horror movie.
No, have you seen the one of the little girl that's by the tree and her bones start snapping back into place?
Oh, man,
it's
I saw that.
If you drive at 50 miles an hour, I die. If you drive at 30 miles an hour, I might live.
It's like, mate, you're going to get hit by a car anyway.
Yeah, but if you do it at a less speed, you know, less damage.
It's like, or, now hear me out, maybe, look where the fuck you're driving, mate.
Oh, you know, kids will chase a ladybird into the road at fucking random.
Yeah, I know, so you can't trust kids, obviously.
Why
so
isn't that kid being watched? Bad parents here. Don't blame the driver.
Put your kid on a fucking lead. Or, better yet, don't fucking have kids. Have you ever seen how, like, the stupidest people seem to breed the most?
To be fair, as we've seen from Pixar, it's their episode, they don't like kids either. Do you remember they portray them in, like, I believe it was Finding Dory and in the third Toy Story movie where it paints them as rampaging monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Like the kids that in Finding Dory slamming their hands into the water.
I haven't seen Finding Dory, mainly because it's got Ellen DeGeneres in it and she's a cunt.
Oh, yeah. Well, Toy Story 3 about the kids.
Yeah, I've seen that. And I also
monsters.
fucking love how there's like this fucking, pink teddy bear. That's like this mob boss. I think that's so fucking funny.
To be honest, I would honestly argue that Toy Story should have ended with 3. I think 4 was not necessary.
Have you seen 4?
Yeah.
I haven't seen 4.
Ah, okay.
I've got Disney Plus.
It has.
But the thing is, like, you can spoil it for me because I don't think I'll care.
4.
I will watch it, but I won't care if you spoil it for me.
4 has its own message, and it is a good message. But when it comes to the idea of
what's the message?
Obviously, the message of Toy Story is that you have value no matter where you came from. Because there's a new toy in Toy Story 4. It's literally just this plastic fork that had googly eyes put on it and got like wire brush arms and limbs, and it itself felt like it didn't deserve to be a toy because all the other toys looked fucking amazing, and it felt it had no value. Obviously, a message.
That robot chicken suddenly makes sense.
Did you just come?
Well, yeah.
Which robot chicken?
The robot chicken, with the Swedish toy. It's like a block. It's like a wooden block with like a rope.
Oh yeah, the one that's one of those.
Yeah, it's like the opposite. It's like I have more value than you because Andy decides what I am.
Oh, the gender neutral sort of toy.
Let me shake your hand. This is not a hand. Andy does.
Yeah, I know that one, yeah. But that's basically the overall thing. Plus there's a thing about Woody staying behind to start a new life with Bo Peep and have plastic babies or whatever, I don't know. But
they get together. Oh, yeah, Bo Peep.
It's a movie that goes off the fucking rails. To be fair, though,
if I was Woody, Bo Peep, 100%. 10 out of 10.
Aww. The filler with stuffing.
Oh, yeah.
Because the inside of him is... Anyway... But I think, especially the message of the first 2, and I'd say the second one, again, just like Soul, is for adults, not children. Yeah, you got Emperor Zurg, but obviously Woody and his existential crisis about where he belongs in terms of his longevity of life versus the quality of his existence with Andy, whether or not your appreciation for what you are is worth against who loves you as a person.
That's always been a running theme with Woody, though, isn't it? It's like even in the first one when Buzz turns up and then he like questions himself. He's like, does Andy actually really like me the best?
Kids are
or am I like replaceable? And it's interesting because Woody, I guess, even though he's a toy, he's an adult in his mind. And so he wonders, it's like, well, am I replaceable from another toy? And so, there's always been that theme with him is that he's quite insecure, sort of about his
If anything, in the first film, he was a bit of a tyrant.
Yeah, no, he was, because he was always in charge, and I guess, there's that, you could make that argument for the fact that he's a cowboy, so he sort of embodies the masculine leadership thing.
I'm not thinking of anything masculine about that pussy.
What about a cowboy? Yeah.
Woody himself.
Also, fucking, like, Arlie Ermy is the fucking drill sergeant, from Full Metal Jacket, the plastic soldier. Yeah. It's like, mate, it's like the fact... But like Woody's like very insecure about like his position of not being abandoned. He has abandonment issues, I imagine. And so does Jesse as well. Jesse definitely does.
Jesse should have been the main focus of, especially given her backstory and all that sort of thing.
And like in the second one, I watched it recently, Toy Story 2. That fucking bit, was it As Long As You Love Me? That song when she talks about when she was like chucked away. I was like, mate, I got a lump in my throat. I was like, man, like that's like she's been abandoned. Like how fucking hardcore.
If I can quickly put in a timeline thing, as you remember, when Jessie was left, I think it was like under her bed, and she noticed her owners. Actually, now that I think about it, given the fact that toys are also branded, leaves some interesting implications. But as the owner was...
Well, masochism, I'm not one to kink shame. As long as it's consenting adults, do whatever the fuck you want.
Jessie's owner's room, like Andy, began to change, but you got like posters and vinyl records, and you saw a 60s hippie poster, which means how fucking old is Woody? In the Toy Story 2, we saw those footage of like black and white puppety sort of thing, so Woody might be over like maybe close to a century old.
Maybe, but he's a toy, so it's like he doesn't like age, does he? Because like plastic.
And what happens if
whatever he's made of? I assume it's plastic.
If toys can live, that even if they live like so long, but we've seen toys can get their limbs attached and they won't die, will they? Sort of thing. But if a toy happened to die, what happens? Because obviously the owner will just keep playing with his dead corpse around. Imagine if somehow Woody died.
That's the meme, though, isn't it?
Yeah, all the other toys see Andy playing with his corpse.
I mean, no shit, like... I mean, that's some funny shit, to be fair. Like.
I would love to see a robot chicken of that, like somehow Woody or Buzz actually fucking died. I don't know, maybe a poltergeist.
Oh, yeah, no, there is, isn't there? Where Andy uses Buzz as a
makes
bong.
Buzz into a bong. And Buzz ends up like, mentally impaired and fucking Woody has to put a pillow on him.
And then he fucking puts him to sleep. Like Sweet Dreams, Space Ranger.
I think Toy Story could end up getting its own fucking episode. To be honest, we've hit well over an hour now, so I think that's good for the Pixar thing. Closing thoughts: Pixar, keep it up.
Yes, keep it up. If you don't, then I will come over there. I will wrap my soft lips around your bell end, and I'm gonna fucking suck the fucking soul out of you.
Pixar, you have clearly been on you have taken some sort of creative Viagra for years now, and you have been up so long, but don't consult a doctor, keep it up.
Exactly. And you have been listening to Laughing on a Prayer, and until next time...
Laughing on a Prayer.